Jessica.
Could you maybe give them a few places where they could find you on the first day?
It's cheap.
Like your house?
My office is on the 10th floor of Rudder, so that's pretty easy to find. And the pathway for me is between the Rudder, the Colas garage, and Rudder. So if that's where you want to look, that's probably where I'll be. What's the first day of class? 27th.
You're out of town.
Tickets to go to Nancy Neely's.
Good news is I'll be in town. No more hints. All right. Anything else? Questions? Yes, sir.
What was the core like 44 years ago?
It was a little different. I think the way that people made choices about coming to Texas A&M and being in the Corps in those days were you wanted to have a career in the military. The judge says it's the Marine Corps or Texas A&M. Or you couldn't afford clothes, so you came and they put uniforms on. So it was an eclectic mix of people. And the Corps was a bit more Darwinian in those days. That is, it was sort of survival of the fittest was the idea. I came in '63, sort of at the front end of the Vietnamese War, so everybody pretty well knew they were going to be in that conflict. So it was, again, more of a process of survival. It was a wonderful training experience for me in terms of learning leadership, how to follow, how to lead people, how to hopefully get people to do things that you want them to do by persuasion and example, not just giving orders. That's the way you have to do it in the Corps. So it was a wonderful experience for me. I was very fortunate. In my senior year, I served as Corps Commander. So that was a unique opportunity that not many people get to have. So it was a special experience. Okay, other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Could you kind of maybe just touch on a few other opportunities, I guess, that you've taken over the years to get you where you are now, like from the time when you got your diploma at A&M to where you are now?
I didn't spend a lot of time talking about my career, but I served, after I graduated from A&M in 1967, I served 4 years in the military, the Army. After a stint in graduate school, actually fate brought me back to Texas A&M. I had 2 job offers, one in Houston and one in College Station. Did the calculation, and net, I was going to be making $5 more in Houston a month. I figured I couldn't buy gas for $5 a month, so I came to College Station. Actually, my wife really preferred that. Her home was Marlin. If I know where Marlin is, just up the road, and so it was closer to family. And we had a connection to A&M. We loved the place, but in those days, it wasn't some place you worked. I didn't even know they had people who worked there except for the faculty. I just thought the place turned itself on in the morning and turned itself off in the afternoon. I went to work in the business operations and ended up ultimately leaving to be the CFO at the University of North Texas. And then I became the Chief Financial Officer back at Texas A&M. Went to the A&M system, which is the corporate headquarters, if you will, for all the A&M system schools. I was the Chief Financial Officer and then ultimately the Chief Operating Officer there. Left in '93 to become the head of the A&M Foundation, which you'll actually hear about tomorrow. The Texas A&M Foundation raises endowment dollars, scholarships, capital for the benefit of Texas A&M and manages about a $1.3 billion portfolio of stocks, bonds, and other assets. And so last year, when Bob Gates left to become Secretary of Defense, the Board of Regents asked me if I would serve as interim. So I took a leave of absence from the foundation and went over to the presidency. The experiences I've had have been, fabulously developmental for me. Most of them have been in higher education. I've worked a great deal with the legislature, so I've had an opportunity to see laws made up close. It's kind of an ugly thing, but a fascinating experience. I've also had the opportunity to lead a major fundraising effort. We raised $1.5 billion in our last campaign. And I've had an opportunity to teach. I'm a tenured faculty member in the higher education program in the College of Education, teaching higher education business and finance. So that's kind of a quick summary. I also spent 28 years in the Army Reserve, including my active duty time, retired as a colonel. Yes, sir.
With your title now, does that mean that it's like a temporary thing?
I'm a toy president. Yeah, I just last until they have a permanent.
Well, are you in the running for a presidency, or is that how much?
I'm going back to my fundraising business. So, you know, anybody who has any money, let me know. Other question? How we doing on time? Here we go. The next president is actually picked by the Board of Regents. They've got a search committee that's been doing a national search. They've just delivered candidate names to the Chancellor of the Board of Regents, and so my expectation is sometime this fall they'll have a president. So I'm kind of hoping, you know, that it'll be a little bit slow, and if our football team's really good, you know, wouldn't it be nice to be president when we win the national championship? Might have a chance. I don't know. I talked to Coach with him, but everybody's pretty upbeat, so let's hope that's the case. Who else? Anybody else? Okay. Where's Jessica and Mike? Michael, anything for me?
That's all we have. We want to get a picture with Dr. Davis and all of them. What we're going to do is we're going to have it up here and all kind of crowd run. We're going to take a picture of the welcome to the beautiful planet, man. We'll have to be Hello, ma'am. Welcome to Beautiful Science Center. How can I help you? Okay, well, have a seat. We'll be right with you. Sir, are you all right?
Not intimidating. Yeah. Anywho, we're about to have a world-class banana eating race. Banana eating race. They will be blindfolded, and they will have 1 minute. That's 60 seconds to get as many bananas as they possibly can. Or the first to finish 3. Whichever occurs first. It's pretty tough, though. Alright. One blindfold. Alright. Cover your eyes. Alright. Water. Right there. Right there, son. All right. You're ready. All right, stop right there.
I can't see. Hold up some fingers. I'll tell you.
18. On your mark. Get set. Go!